What's up, everybody? I am back with another AMC weekly astrology update that I do each and every week for the Moon Lords. What's up, Moon Lords? I have missed you guys. You guys know I've been on a trip in Florida. I was there all week at the beach chilling, and it looks like it was a great week for me to do that because I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, and it's looking like the AMC community is pretty intense right now, and it doesn't need to be. I mean, we're in the same game, and they haven't covered, so this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Okay, so guys, get some nature, get out, get away from the computer, set some alerts. Just when AMC goes past, whatever your number is, set an alert for that, and just get away. If it's too stressful for you guys, get away. Life's about detaching and having, not extreme highs and not extreme lows, just staying in the middle, keep the energy chill. Okay. So guys, if things are too intense right now, you just take a break. Okay. We're coming into a full moon this week, and I'm obviously, I'm excited for the full moon. I was excited for the new moon that we just had, but obviously the new moon continued to drop. It started another phase of dropping, pretty much, if you ask me. But I'm still hopeful for this full moon. Okay, but even if so, I'm not worried. We are winning. They haven't covered. It's the same game we've always played, and it's just we need patience, period. Okay, but I will be back this week, back on the Discord. Shout out to all the Moon Lords there. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it to show support. I do appreciate that. If you're new here and you want to keep up with the AMC's financial astrology, definitely go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, guys, let's have a positive week no matter what happens. Let's stay positive. But I'm looking forward to this week because it is a full moon week. And since I'm putting this video out so late, I'm just going to combine the moon phase analysis and the regular weekly where we look at all the stars, and I'm going to put them in one video. I'm actually kind of excited because we're in like a whole nother energy. Ever since we had that eclipse that took us to the $70 mark, it's almost like AMC started to reset on the moon phase analysis, and we're just in a rocky time, okay? But I do believe that we're going to get back on track, and I do believe that there's absolutely nothing to worry about, and we just need patience. But I know we had a new moon. We didn't see the reversal, but that has happened before. If we look over here, we can see on this waxing, on this new moon, we started going down, okay? And so we have gone down on waxing before, and honestly, it looks like we're just filling a gap. Look at that. It looked like we just filled this gap, and maybe we are going to start heading up coming into this week, and maybe we get a big move on this full moon that we have on the 23rd. Now, I did say we're in squeeze territory because I really do feel that way based upon the moon phases. However, it does look like we didn't get what I was looking for. Okay, and that's okay. That's okay. Things don't always happen as planned, but you have to remain optimistic, and you have to continue to have faith. If you don't have the faith, this isn't a game for you. Okay, I'm not worried. I am not worried. In fact, I brought more. You guys know I did. Okay, and look at where it dipped. It dipped right where my lines are. Right, when it went under this $38 mark, I was going in. Okay, I had a feeling it could. It was a possibility, and honestly, I don't see us staying under that much longer. But you never know. We could keep dropping, and then on the full moon, we do get a bounce. But let's say we keep dropping, and on full moon, we get a bounce, like a reversal. I don't care what that move is. It's happening at that point, it'll be happening during a waning moon, and we're not going to get the biggest moves during the waning. And if we jump back up to 70 or 60 or 100 during the waning phase, I'm not going to sell, okay? Because I'm only going to sell when it's close to a full moon during a waxing time, okay? But we're still in the waxing phase. We could still get a bounce, okay? It doesn't look like we're going to because the MACD is still going down, but we're extremely, extremely oversold on the relative strength index. So the setup is there for a lot of buying pressure this week. In fact, to be completely honest, I think this entire price action is fake. Seriously, I think it's an illusion, okay? Actually, I know it's an illusion. So, and I know because sometimes I just have a knowing. And if you can't fuck with that, I understand. You all tell me, do you guys think the price action is real? Do you guys really think we had all that selling? Or do you think that's an illusion? I mean, tell me if you guys think I'm crazy here, because I'm having a really hard time after AMC had another great weekend before that last week, and they had a UFC live event that went amazing, and we had a lot of buzz that we had all that selling coming into the week. How could anyone believe that? Okay, we know it's manipulation, but I'm curious. Do you guys think this is an illusion or not? Okay, let me know in the comments. But for me, I just get excited because I know this is fake. I know we're going to see a major reversal one of these days, and we just have to wait until that. But let's jump into the chart and let's see what we see. Welcome to the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. Okay, so we're looking for that new moon reversal after this waning phase. The black background is when the moon is dying, and then turn into a new moon, which that's when this turns into the blue background, and that's when I was looking for the new moon bounce. Clearly, we didn't do that. We just kept going down, and it looks like we're probably going to keep going down into this full moon, and then probably get some type of reversal or consolidating phase around the full moon time. And you can kind of see the same thing kind of play out over here, where we were waxing and we went down, and then we had the full moon, and then that entered the waning phase again, which isn't a time for big moves to happen, and we kind of traded sideways and it waited for the next waxing phase to go back up, right? So that is one of the scenarios that could be happening, and if that is the case, I kind of see this kind of hovering around this $38 mark for this week, and then until the next new moon phase. Okay, now that's probably the most likely scenario. However, there's other scenarios that could also pop off where we go to this full moon and we get a huge bounce, and if we get like above this area, we're kind of going to be resetting back into where we were on the last full moon. Okay, that is another scenario I could definitely see happening. So this week can be very eventful for a big bounce into late into the week on that full moon, which does happen in AMC's first house. Okay, so this is probably least likely to happen, but it is a scenario that I have to mention. Let's just say, like I said in the video last week, that if we were dropping last week, that it was probably fake prices. And I'm still going to stand by that. We could definitely be getting fake prices. However, let's just say the price was fake and somehow they were able to put an illusion, and somehow the illusion has to be lifted this coming week. Then I would say if we suddenly get a big pop Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're going into the full moon on Friday, then we could potentially go right back to this area, or we're on the full moon, and if we get back to this area somehow, the $56 level, actually more like the $52 level by Wednesday, then on the actual full moon, which is on Friday, who knows, maybe we go to new levels. So that is the third scenario that I'm going to throw out there, because it is still a possibility that this was just an illusion and we really did get the new moon reversal, and we're just not going to see the prices of that until this week. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna throw that out there. You guys let me know what you think in the comment. If you have made it this far in a video and you haven't hit the like button, I appreciate it if you do. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you're a Moon Lord and you're not on our Discord, you are missing out. It's going down. It's called the Market Moon Lord. Check us out there. And yeah, let's jump into the weekly chart for AMC Financial Astrology. Okay, so we have Monday, July 19th pulled up, and I see a lot of oppositions and some good harmonious aspects. One interesting thing I like to see is nothing's happening with neither one of the Saturns. Thank God. The last week's Saturn-Mars square was nasty for us, okay? But this time, Mars will be squaring the midheaven, but I'm not going to put as much weight on that as it's squaring an actual planet. And then we also have the moon in late degrees of Scorpio. And last time we was here, we went plus 6%. And then when we was here on May 25th, we went plus 19%. But then all the other times we were here, we were negative, and it was pretty volatile. So I wouldn't be surprised. It kind of looks like we could be going down on Monday, because Scorpio is a very cutting-like energy. And then when I look at the sun, which can over-illuminate things hitting Venus like that, and I look at Venus and Pluto's on top of it, I do see some cutting-like energy with this type of aspects. And then we look at Mercury, and it's also opposite Pluto, which that is also like a transformational situation. And one thing I should say is, since Mercury is involved in this, we could get some catalyst news. And I should have said that last week, because we had a lot of Mercury energy, but it was mixed up with a lot of bad squares. And I should have said, hey, we need catalyst news to move the stock. But at the end of the day, I do think that it was manipulated. And look, Mercury opposite Pluto can also show things happening in secret and darkness. Pluto's represent hidden things. And then when we look at the natal Mercury, it's getting a square from Neptune, and Neptune can also be very deceptive. And then the moon is also in Scorpio, which also rules secrets. Okay, so it's very hard for me to, look at tomorrow's price action, and if it goes down, say, okay, people are selling. I'm gonna feel like it's just another day of manipulation. Let's jump into Tuesday. Okay, so I got Tuesday pulled up, and we had a big shift of energy. Very first thing I noticed is, look at the sun. It's now making a opposition to the ascendant and Venus, 0 degrees. Okay, so the sun can be a tension. Okay, the sun can illuminate situations. That could be conversations happening with CEO. Venus could also be deals being made, because that's relationships. And Pluto also involved in the situation over here could also mean there's some type of takeovers happening with the company in a good way, transformations happening in a good way. And Pluto's actually sextiling the midheaven, so it's got a Pluto sextile to the midheaven and a square to the midheaven from Mars, which should show AMC's taking action on something, especially behind the scenes, since the midheaven is in Scorpio. And then it's also getting a new trine to Neptune, 0 degrees at that. So Neptune's been retrograde, and now it's hitting this midheaven again, while also making a square to Mercury. Mercury is squaring Neptune, and transiting Neptune is squaring Mercury and the midheaven. Yes, that's correct. So that's very interesting. We're taking care of things behind the scenes. We're taking care of the deception behind the scenes. And then also coming into Tuesday, we get Uranus gets involved with the moon, and Uranus does move the stock. It does present volatility. And so, yeah, I do think if we get some down action on Tuesday, or Monday, I could definitely see Tuesday fixing that for us. And then I can also see if we get good action on Monday, it continuing on Tuesday. And Venus now trines the sun. So on Monday, it was the sun over here opposite Venus. And then on Tuesday, the natal sun of AMC is now trine Venus. Okay, so we have two Venus situations between the sun. So this looks like the company, the CEO, they're making moves with other companies, other businesses. This is mergers. This could also be new money coming to the table. And since there has been a lot of legal talk, Venus does represent things being fair and balanced. So it could be even AMC might be looking into some legal situations to stop the manipulation. Okay, so Tuesday looks very interesting. I'm definitely optimistic for it. Let's jump over to Wednesday. Okay, so this week is starting to look like a very eventful week. We have a lot of things in late degrees. The sun will be 29 degrees, the very last degree of Cancer on Wednesday, and Venus will also be in the very last degree of Leo on Wednesday. So right off the bat, we have some climax energy coming in here, and I'm actually pretty excited for that. And then look at Mercury over here is also making a conjunction, or starting making a tight conjunction on Jupiter, which can definitely be expansive energy for news. And it sucks because there was a lot of good news for AMC last week, but It didn't move the stock, but the chart is showing lots of good news, or lots of news, lots of conversation around AMC. And Jupiter rules the justice system, by the way. So maybe we get some justice coming in for AMC soon. And Mars is fighting and now making a trine to the sun. Tells me whatever fight it's been having whatever action it's been having to take action on, we're winning that. And I think that's within the actual company. And then the actual moon is conjunct the sun very tightly. It's going to hit 0 degrees on that day, and it's going to go into Capricorn. So yeah, Wednesday looks very, very, very exciting. Actually, I'm very interested in what I see on what happens on Wednesday. And this Wednesday's probably looks more harmonious than all the other days. Okay, so I'm looking forward for Wednesday. Let's jump into Thursday. Ooh, look at all those red lines. Okay. Where do we start? So the moon is now in Capricorn, and that's not really that great for us. Capricorn is Saturn. That's that Saturn energy we don't like. And the moon is going to be going over Pluto. And I don't really care for that either, especially it happened in Capricorn. So we will definitely see volatility with the squaring Uranus opposite the moon. Conjunct Pluto. Now, moon opposite moon, it will give us an opportunity. I will say that. And this is like a huge day. Okay, so maybe we have an opportunity. Venus will now be 0 degrees in Virgo. Debilitated, but that doesn't really matter for your stock. In fact, this in Virgo is good harmony with AMC's Capricorn Venus. And we know oppositions are opportunity. Venus is wants to make things happen in Virgo, organize things, balance things, special relationships. Is across from Jupiter, expanding things and hitting Neptune, dealing with all the creativity, all the deception. So it's a very interesting time in the sky. But historically speaking, Virgo doesn't really do anything special for us, for AMC, and the moon being a Capricorn definitely doesn't as well. The sun is still making those oppositions. So still a lot of tension on AMC, and then Mercury is at a 0 degree conjunction to Jupiter. But look what Mercury is doing now. We now have Saturn energy, and that, luckily for us, is a positive Saturn trine. But Saturn does not ever really do anything good for us. So if it doesn't hurt us, it's not really helping us. Okay. So overall, I see a lot of opportunities, a lot of obstacles, a lot of volatility. But something is getting built, especially behind the scenes. The company is definitely making moves. All right, look at all this action on the midheaven. And since Neptune's involved in it and Pluto's involved in it, it's behind the scenes. Okay, but I'm optimistic on what they're doing behind the scenes, and the sun being across the ascendant like that. Maybe what's been happening behind the scenes is going to come to light towards the end of Thursday. And that means I'm not just talking about the manipulation, but I think that there's a really good chance that the company has been making moves behind the scenes, and it could get revealed to us this week. I mean, look at what's happening with Mercury on Thursday, conjunct Jupiter, expanding things, and it's trying Saturn, which would show a milestone type energy. Saturn is like laying a foundation, and trying Mercury is putting it together appropriately, sticking to the plan, and getting the job done. Okay, so as a company, AMC's looking like it's definitely making moves, and we could be finding out about that. But there's a lot of obstacles at the same time, and a lot of Pluto and Mars, and now on Thursday we do have the Saturn, so I don't like that. Okay, let's see what we see for Friday. Okay, so the midheaven is really lit this week. I've never seen AMC's midheaven get so many touches throughout the week, especially by so many things. So I'm liking that. I mean, that to me is interesting because the midheaven's in Scorpio, dealing behind the scenes, and it's trying Neptune and Pluto, and now the moon. So that's looking pretty significant. And the moon will be hitting AMC's. Oh, excuse me. This is the full moon. Let me go to the exact full moon. Wow. Guys, I've been on vacation. You guys gotta let me get back into the swing of things. I was looking at this, like, this looks like a full moon. Okay, so let me go exactly to it. Oh, I'm already at, oh man, it's one of those full moons. Okay, so the full moon is going to happen to after the market. So unfortunately, that's like we're always missing a lot of the full moon energy because it's going to happen over the weekend. However, a lot of the big moves for AMC happens a day or so before the full moon, so I'm not too worried about that. But this full moon is happening pretty much dead smack on the ascendant of AMC and right on top of Venus. All right, we got a lot of Venus energy this week, so there could definitely be some merger type activity, some new money type activity, some business deals being made, some justice being done, some balance being, the scales being balanced. Okay. And this full moon is very climaxy because it's look how it's in between Pluto and Saturn, and it's hitting the ascendant. It's like, wow, what is happening here? It's a bang. Okay, this is a bang. It's like the moon's coming here and blowing stuff up. Okay, and so, and this full moon will be in Aquarius, which represents an explosion like energy. Now, Aquarius also represents communities and people. So hopefully it's not us as a community exploding. Okay, remember, price action definitely is looking fake to me right as of right now. Okay, but overall this day, Venus opposite Neptune still. Mars is no longer squaring the midheaven, so that's good. And now it's making an exact trine to the sun. I really feel like if the moves are being done behind the scenes, and it's definitely going to be in our favor. It just may not be revealed quite yet with all this Pluto and Scorpio energy going on. And now look at what's happening with Mercury. Now Mercury is making a trine to the midheaven. So I would not be surprised if we get some type of news. And we've been getting news, but it's not moving the stock. So it's kind of annoying. But we are going to be getting news. We are making big decisions behind the scenes that will eventually come to light and change the company. That's facts. But we have a lot of obstacles. We have a lot of pressure happening. And so we all know what we need to do. We need to simply hold our shares and keep our cool. They're not covering and we're winning. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it that for this analysis. We'll get more detailed next time. But I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon and Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. Let me know you guys appreciate this content and appreciate me making sure I get these videos out to you by hitting that like button. And if you're new here and haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to check us out at the Discord where it goes down. It's called the Market Moon Lord. And again, I'm Jason Alexander, Blue Moon and Neptune. You're watching the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. Until next time, peace.
Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune.